Shine a light for us, my brother. Hold it high for all to see. May it show the way, the path of unity, as we walk with you to seek our destiny. Say a prayer for me, my Father. Say a prayer for you and me. Say a prayer for us, my Father. Say a prayer for us and all humanity. Play a song for us, my sister. Shout it loud and clear and free. Let us join with you. All the
Good morning. Whoa. It's a big morning, clearly. Good morning and welcome to Unity of Santa Barbara. I'm Reverend Heidi Allfrey. I'm a Unity minister, and it's so great to be here today. Oh my gosh, all these bright lights are coming in. Hello, my friend. Yes, let's welcome our Unity of Ventura folks that came in. They're right over here. I know. Nothing like unity and unity, yes. So I'm so glad you all are here today. I was the minister here for a couple of years during COVID, and you know, you've heard this is the church and this is the steeple, and you open it up and there better be some people. So it's really grand you all are here. There's so many choices you have on a Sunday morning, and I'm really, really grateful you're here with me and that we all get to wake up to this blessing that we're born to be. So I'm here today as the platform hostess, yes, and I will be sharing the platform with Reverend Phil Smedstad. Don't you know that was a tough one when he was a kid? But anyway, beautiful, and the lovely Sharon Hendricks and her husband Danny. This is so great, yes. And our effervescent John Douglas and Randy Tico and Renee Martinez. Bless y'all, yes. Effervescence, yes, we are another power. So Rev Phil is going to be talking about the greatest love of all. Yes, and we were here to, hi Kathleen. So I ask you to join me in speaking the truth. We're affirming our affirmation. And here we go. There is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life, God, the good, omnipotent. And we're going to stand and sing a song by Louise Hay, I Love Myself the Way I Am.
Good morning. Myself the way I am, there's nothing I need to change. I'll always be the perfect me, there's nothing to rearrange. I'm beautiful and capable of being the best that I can, and I love myself just the way I am. I love you just the way you are. There's nothing you need to do. When I feel the love inside myself, it's easy to love you. Behind the fears, your rage and tears, 'cause I can clearly see that all the things I judge are done by people just like me. I'll seal the birth of peace on earth that only love can bring, and I'll help it grow by loving everything. I love myself the way I am, and still I need to grow. But change comes, I can only come when deep inside I know I'm beautiful and capable of being the best me I can. And I love myself just the way I am. I love myself just the way I am. Ooh, ooh, oh, I love myself the way I am.
All right. Louise, hey, move over. No, that was beautiful. Oh my gosh. Well, we all can be seated. Thank you so much. Oh, are you still standing? Okay, still standing. This is, well, let's see. Oh, you're in, yes, please say hello to each other as long as you're loving yourself the way you are here. Yes, I love you just the way you are. Very good. Okay, I always say this is everybody's favorite part. Give me a little bell. Ding, ding. It's what I always say, you can have the greatest talk and the greatest meditation, but everybody loves hugging. That's like your favorite part, so this is great. It's amazing to see how the love you are gets really stirred up by the love that everyone else is. This is a beautiful thing. Now, we are reading right now our Daily Word, and this is what comes to you as a magazine. If you'd like it, dailyword.org. You can get reading big letters or not. I find making life easier is a great idea. So today's Daily Word is gratitude. Gratitude, yeah. Gratitude is my heart's song. Gratitude is my heart's natural response when I think of the best life has to offer. Let your thoughts go there. But sometimes when I compare my circumstances with someone else's, or when I am distracted by negative thoughts or challenging situations, my closed heart may feel resentment rather than gratitude. I let the first twinge of resentment remind me to return to gratitude. I pause, breathe, and remember the truth of my being. Knowing I am a unique expression of God, I open my heart and realize again the divine presence that is always with me. I mindfully reconnect with the indwelling life, love, wisdom, understanding, and strength that have helped me grow through even the most challenging experiences of my life. My heart sings with gratitude. Gratitude is my heart's song. And from Psalm 86, I give thanks to you, O Lord my God, with my whole heart. And we're here now to welcome people that are online, and we want to say hi. So I think you all turn around and wave to that camera. I remember getting those cameras when I was here. This is good stuff. And we're so blessed to have online viewers, and I know many of you have been at home and things have happened where we get to watch online, and it's so valuable when you can do this. So it's great, and we want to always thank our AV team for making this even more lovely. Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because I tell you, this church does have a really rock star online service, so you all will have to watch it at some point. Let's see, we've been blessed to have viewers from many states and countries. Thank you for joining us. If you're viewing online, please leave comments and receive a gift at unitysb.org/free gift. Come on. Yes. Last Sunday, we had 367 viewers. Everybody, you already did your waving, and all of you here in the sanctuary are invited to include your family and friends online because they can watch you, which they or be part of this. And we want to thank our dear friends at Cottage Memory Care, Oak Cottage Memory Care that tune in every week. Are there anyone or people here for the first time today? If you all, you just raise your hand. Our wonderful usher, Clifton, is here to, he will be available also after service. He's happy to escort you to the welcome table. You can sign in for free mala beads and 25% off at the Wings bookstore. Gosh, sometimes people just want to say they're new for all of this. And you have a free lunch. And because it's Santa Barbara, there's an aura cleansing. You can come for your aura cleansing with Clifton. I told you, Santa Barbara, we just get more and more ethereal, and I love it. Our youth are here today over in the community room at our youth ministry program. Beginning again this fall, we are home to the Knox School and the Interact Arts School. And let's join together for our community blessing. It'll be up on the screen. And let's say this together. May this space be a sanctuary of peace, where hearts are open and spirits soar. May we grow in love, rooted in purpose and uplifted by hope. Bless Unity of Santa Barbara, today, tomorrow, and always, in all ways. Namaste. We believe in the power of prayer as affirmative prayer from the inside out, but we love to have guides, prayer guides that are our chaplains that are here. And who is one of our chaplain, or who is the chaplain? Oh, very nice. It's Greg and Jana. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. And Unity was really started with prayer. So if anything's heavy on your heart, you'll hear the message and the music today. This is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself is to be with a chaplain to pray. It's a really wonderful way to lift a burden. So our prayer request cards are with the prayer request box is in the atrium, and the chaplains will be up front at the end of the service. And don't forget, our Shirley Campbell Chapel is open for prayer. So we are now going to have a song before meditation on a clear day. And the day can be clear. Now we're going to ask for your mind to be clear. Here we go.
On a clear day, rise and look around you, and you'll see who you are. On a clear day, how it will astound you that the glow of your being outshines every star you feel part of, every mountain, sea, and shore. You can hear from far and near a world you've never heard before. And on a clear day, on that clear day, you can see forever and ever and ever and
Sharon, thanks for busting our hearts open there. So sweet. Let's breathe into this energy. I saw many of you singing, and your faces were so open to this bright light that is within you. This really is the opportunity when we are so inspired by the vibration of someone's voice, because the vibration comes into your ear and you come to understand it, that the glow of your being outshines every star. Breathe that in. The glow of your being outshines every star. Louise Hay, our teacher, taught us to love ourselves just the way we are. I'm going to use a quote of hers into meditation. She said, "You've been criticizing yourself for years, and it hasn't worked. Try approving of yourself and see what happens." So we sit in this wonderful time, gathered together with other beautiful God beings. The experience of community is something we can't do alone. We come together because we all support each other in embracing this idea of the glow of my being outshines every star. So let's appreciate this body temple. Let's spend some time like our dear sister Myrtle Fillmore did, appreciating our body. And let's just start with your beautiful feet. Why don't you wiggle your toes? Just an awareness of your feet and appreciating them. They got you here to this moment. And we appreciate our ankles. We can move your feet a little bit and experience this joining of bones and muscles that you didn't figure out. It's just here for your appreciation, for your gratitude. And we send love to our shins, up to our knees. If you want to even put your hand on your knees, you can bless your knees and all the bending they've done for all these years, and so appreciative of them. And up through your thighs and into these hips. You could even do a little hula in your chair if you wanted to just acknowledge these hips and this movement and this experience of your body coming together and being able to bend. And then we come up into this area of our digestion, and there's also been the idea of elimination, the ability to take in and digest and let go. Our body's so miraculous. We thank it. And let's take a deep breath as we acknowledge our lungs. Since the day we were born, we were breathing. It is a great appreciation of lungs that are always taking care of us. We come into our area of our neck and And if you want to even move your head from side to side, just to appreciate this experience of the, even if it's just a touch, the magnificence, the flexibility. And we come up into our head, our brain that is rewiring as we're here, loving us, calming itself. Nothing to do, just be. And the crown at the top of your head, the part that wants to stay open and does stay open to new ideas, and to allow everything that is in this moment, at this age, at this time, in this chair, is absolutely perfect, just the way it is. So into our silence, let us take this great experience of gratitude for your body, for what you bring to this world that doesn't have a label or duties. It's just the essence of you. Your smile is your best adornment. So let us sit in this silence, appreciating who we are. Pay attention to this breath and this time together. I love myself the way I am. There's nothing I need to change. I'll always be the perfect me. There's nothing to rearrange. I celebrate the unique, zany, amazing, creative soul that I am, created in the image and likeness of God and, in fact, the universe. What a grand experience it is to be alive. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. So we're going to hear a piece of music with our wonderful musicians again, and Sharon singing about the greatest love of all, falling in love with yourself.
I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. Everybody's searching for a hero. People need someone to look up to. I never found anyone who fulfilled my needs. A lonely place to be. And so I learned to depend on me. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I'll live as I believe. No matter what they take from me, because the greatest love of all is happening to me. I found the greatest love of all inside of me. The greatest love of all is easy to achieve. Learning to love yourself, it is the greatest love of all. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I'll live as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity, because the greatest love of all is happening to me. I found the greatest love of all inside of me. The greatest love of all is easy to achieve. Learning to love yourself, it is the greatest love of all. And if by chance that special place that you've been dreaming of leads you to a lonely place, find your strength in love.
Good morning, Unity of Santa Barbara. I love that song. So thank you for being willing to share it. Have it be part of the Sunday service again. As I was preparing my Sunday lesson a few weeks ago, when I asked the Holy Spirit what to speak about, what I heard was self-love. And then I heard that 2 weeks ago, Reverend Heidi also talked about self-love. And so I asked again, should I change the message? And what I heard was no, keep it the same way. So I'm going to trust that there's a reason for that. Several years ago, my wife and I were getting ready to lead a self-esteem workshop in Houston, Texas. There were about 40 people there, and as we came into the room just before the workshop started, a woman in the front row, a woman named Carol, said, "Phil, I couldn't hear what she said. I said, what? What, Carol? And once again she said, Phil. So I said to Carol, I said, if you're willing, I'd like to use your example as a teaching device. And is that okay? And she said, yes. So I said to the audience, everybody in the room, I said, Carol, as a little girl, her experience was that nothing she said anybody wanted to listen to. So she decided that nothing she had to say was important. So one of the things that resulted in was the fact that she spoke very quietly, which I had known from before. So I said, Carol, speak up. What you have to say is important, so say it as loud as you want to say it. So she said in a loud voice to me, Phil, your fly is open. So, of course, I turned around to zip up my fly, turned back to the group, and got to practice loving myself after making a fairly public mistake. In my last Sunday message to you folks, I said, the number one way to know ourselves as divine beings and live in what Jesus called the kingdom of heaven here and now is to live a life of love and compassion. But love and compassion for others can only come when we have love and compassion for ourselves. Here's what the Dalai Lama said. He said, it seems that when some people talk of compassion, they have the notion that it entails a total disregard of, or even sacrificing of their own interests. He said, this is not the case. In fact, he said, genuine love should first be directed at oneself. If we do not love ourselves, he said, how can we love others? Why is self-love the greatest love of all? Because we can't give or love others from an empty well. I've tried, and perhaps some of you have tried as well. Dr. Joan Borisenko is a leading expert on stress, spirituality, and the mind-body connection. And here's something she said in her book, Fire in the Soul. She said, the universal psychological wound of Western culture is unworthiness, the soul sickness of low self-esteem that underlies psychological and religious pessimism. She said, most people are fiercely self-critical, having internalized the shaming voices of their parents. They secretly believe that whatever they do is not good enough, that other people would not like them if they really knew them, that they are selfish, bad, or simply not as competent as other people. And then Dr. Joan, in her book, An Inner Peace for Busy People, said this. She said, when I was a therapist in training, being supervised, and receiving my own therapy in the process, learning to say no was a prime issue. My inclination was to give time and attention to practically anyone who asked. The only person I could comfortably say no to was myself. So one day, she said, the supervising therapist used an entire 50-minute session helping me learn to say yes to myself by saying no to others. He would make various requests, and whatever they were, my job was simply to refuse. He said, would you please come over to my house and clean my bathrooms? Joan said, well, it was easy enough to say no to that. But when he got to things like, I'm short of cash this week, and my children are hungry, can I borrow $100? She said, I was stymied. Every fiber of my being wanted to give him the money, even though I knew it was only an exercise. She said, I began to justify myself and make excuses as to why it was impossible to honor his request. His response was short and incisive. He said, "Stop that right now. You don't have to justify yourself. You're entitled to your own decisions because you're a human being worthy of respect. Stop explaining yourself and stand in that place where you know you're worthwhile." And then he continued. He said, "You say yes so that people will love you. And that's the problem. Hear me. You are enough. You don't have to keep buying people's love. And if you won't stop," he said, "you will be useless as a therapist, a friend, a lover, or a parent, because you'll never be able to tell the truth or set appropriate boundaries for other people's behavior." Dr. Borisenko said, "After that session, I made it my top priority to practice loving myself and believing in my own self-worth." Brene Brown said, "If we can't treat ourselves kindly, we can't treat others kindly either." And then she said a couple more things. She said, "The original definition of courage is to tell the whole story of who we are with our whole heart." Now that does take courage, doesn't it? She also said vulnerability is the birthplace of joy, creativity, love, and belonging. To which I would add, it's also the birthplace of a healthy spiritual community. And of course, to be vulnerable with others, we have to believe in and love ourselves. As Dr. Borisenko said, many of us have the thought, if you really knew me, you wouldn't like me. Jean Houston, another of my favorite authors, said in one of her books, she said, "Do you know what the definition is of a normal person? It's someone you don't know very well." The truth is, there is nothing unlovable about you. In fact, the more we know you, the more lovable you become. I'm going to say that in the first person, and then I'm going to ask you to join me in knowing it out loud. So here it is. It's like this. The more you know me, the more lovable I become. Together, the more you know me, the more lovable I become. Another reason self-love is the greatest love of all is because unconditional self-love is the basis of spiritual growth. My wife Laura and I taught 6-month transformational programs. And when we did, self-esteem was always the first subject. Because we knew people can't work on relationships, emotions, prosperity, or anything else without self-love. And here's Louise Hay in her book, You Can Heal Your Life. She said, "When people come to me with a problem, I don't care what it is, poor health, lack of money, unfulfilling relationships, or stifled creativity, there is only one thing I ever work on with them, and that is loving the self." She said, "I find that as we really love and accept and approve of ourselves exactly as we are, then everything in life works. It's as if little miracles are everywhere. Our health improves. We attract more money. Our relationships become more fulfilling. And we begin to express ourselves in creatively fulfilling ways. All this," she said, "seems to happen without us even trying." I agree with Louise. That's why I often say there's one question you can organize your whole life around, and that is this. When you're deciding whether to do something or not, the question to ask yourself is, would doing this be loving myself? unconditional love isn't what many of us grew up with. In my own childhood, I decided early on, I will never be loved for being who I am. So, to be approved of, which is what substituted for love in my family, I'll have to be who they want me to be. So I, and many others, developed an act. Actually, in my case, I developed primarily two acts. One act was I had a nice guy act, and the other was a scholar act. As in, I'll be loved if I'm a nice enough person, and I'll be loved if I'm smart enough, rather than I'll be loved just for being who I am. Other examples of acts are the comedian, the rebel, the athlete, the beauty king or queen, and so on. And while there is nothing wrong with being genuinely nice and genuinely smart and genuinely athletic and so on, the problem is acts can't feel. Living our lives to win approval never results in happiness or inner peace. Stuart Emery, in his book Actualizations, says, the better our act works, the worse off we are, because we never get to be ourselves. We never get to be real. If, like me, you grew up believing there's something wrong with me, or there's something missing in me, or believing, as I did, that you have to live and act, none of that is true. You are created as a divine being, and that will always be the truth about you. So here are two more affirmations I'm going to ask you to join me in knowing out loud. Here's the first. I am the equal of everyone on earth. Together? I am the equal of everyone on earth. And here's the second. I am lovable just for being here and being me. Together? I am lovable just for being here and being me. Alan Cohen, another of my favorite authors, in one of his books tells us, fascination is fertilizer. Whatever we're fascinated by grows. It grows, whether it supports our well-being or increases our suffering. The universe doesn't say, oh man, that's not good for you, so you can't have any more of that. Instead, it says, whatever you're focused on, have more. So, what are you fascinated by in yourself? By what seems to be wrong with you? Or by what's truly right about you? Which gets more airtime in your thoughts? Your inner critic or your inner cheerleader? I came across a story recently about a young man named Scott who was preparing to give his first Sunday message at a Unity church. And the church was about a half hour from where he lived. And so he stopped at a coffee shop close to his house and got himself a cup of coffee in a to-go cup so he could drink it on the way. Except that what he didn't realize was that the top of the cup, the cover, wasn't on tight. So when he raised it to take a sip, the coffee spilled all over his light blue shirt and all over his cream-colored slacks. He said, being a spiritual person, the first thing I did was I called on the name of Jesus. He said, I said, Christ Almighty, how am I going to do a public message and presentation looking like this? And then he said his inner critic took over for a while. And the thoughts that started playing in his mind were like, Why can't you be more careful? Why can't you pay more attention? Why do you have to be such a klutz, etc., etc.? And he said, after a few minutes of that, he said, I took a breath and I said to myself, Scott, you're about to go and hopefully inspire a number of people at church, right as soon as you get there today. He said, do you want to spend the rest of the time on your way there listening to your inner critic, beating yourself up? Or do you want to practice loving yourself, even for making a mistake like this? And so he did. He practiced loving himself the rest of the way to the church. And when he got there and started his message, he started it by telling people what had happened to him in the car. And he said everybody could relate to it. And people were inspired that he was able to turn around this thought process and actually begin to love himself for making a mistake. He said, that talk, that message turned out to be much better than the one I would have given had I not spilled coffee on myself. You really can learn to love yourself, no matter your age. Here's Bernie Siegel in his book, Peace, Love, and Healing. He said, self-love can be acquired even late in life, no matter what your circumstances. He said, if you read The Velveteen Rabbit, you will learn what it is to be real. And you will understand that it doesn't matter if, quote, most of your hair has been loved off, and your eyes drop out, and you get loose in the joints and very shabby. Because once you are real, you can't possibly be ugly or unlovable, except to people who don't understand. There is no one on earth who is better than you, and no one on earth who is less than you. The more you practice loving yourself, the better your life works in every way. Another affirmation that has been really important to me, and one that I worked with quite a long time, because when I first said it, I didn't believe it. And the affirmation is this: I am content and blessed to be me. Would you know that with me about you? Together, I am content and blessed to be me. Now, these days, pretty much, I do feel content and blessed to be me. Jean Houston knew anthropologist Margaret Mead. And in another of her books, she tells a story. She talks about Margaret Mead and a really interesting ritual that Margaret Mead has when she gets up in the morning. She says she first sits up at the edge of the bed, just sits there for a minute or two, and then she stands up, she stomps her left foot, and then she stomps her right foot, and she says at the top of her voice really loudly, "Thank God I'm Margaret Mead." So I'm going to ask you right now, you don't have to stomp your feet if you don't want to, but I'm going to ask you to say, "Thank God," but don't say I'm Margaret Mead, okay? Say, "Thank God I'm your name." So together, thank God I'm Phil Svenstead. This week, put the focus on loving yourself. It really is the greatest love of all. And the more you love yourself, the more you will find yourself being able to love others. You deserve to know yourself as completely lovable, not because of what you've accomplished and not because of what a good person you've been, but just because you're here, just because you're you. And we deserve the contribution you make to the world when you love yourself just the way you are. Namaste.
Ah, my gosh, Rev Phil, that is amazing. Covered so many things. And I want to also welcome our Rev Beth Ann Suggs is here today, and I adore you and thank you. She's been with Unity a long time and has loved herself and loved many people, so it's really great to have you here. I love the idea of that fascination is fertilizer. And I believe that we are very fascinated with prosperity and how we can be in the flow and how to be in this law of reciprocity. If we receive from Unity of Santa Barbara, the idea is that then you give back. You know, this is how it all works. And you give from a place of gratitude, of why do you wake up in the morning and come here? It means something to you, and you are part of how we support Unity of Santa Barbara. So here we go. We're going to acknowledge our prosperity consciousness. We acknowledge that we truly dwell in a prosperity consciousness, knowing that as next slide, please. Knowing that as Charles Fillmore taught, we shall serve for the joy of serving. Prosperity shall flow to us and through us in unending streams of plenty. We affirm this flow with our tithes and offerings and give freely of our time, talent, and treasure. And thank you all that are volunteering today. We know that we are Unity of Santa Barbara, our spiritual community and home. There are many ways to give. You can give online at unitysb.org. You can give right here in this beautiful prosperity consciousness. And we thank our ushers as they're doing their wonderful work here. And the song that we're going to, yes, okay, let's see here. Whatever amount you're giving, let's put our hands together, those beautiful hands, infuse it with this energy of you, this way lovable energy. Take it into your hearts and hands and bless it with your love. Let yourself feel grateful to God in you as your one source. And Sharon, we will go on and sing beautiful. I thought it was, we will affirm afterward. Mm-hmm.
You gotta get up every morning with a smile on your face and show the world all the love in your heart. And people gonna treat you better. You're gonna find, yes you will, that you're beautiful as you feel. Waiting at the station with the work day winds are blowing. I've got nothing to do but watch the passers by. Mirrored in their faces I see frustration growing, and they don't see it showing. Why do I? You gotta get up every morning with a smile on your face and show the world all the love in your heart. And people gonna treat you better. You're gonna find, yes you will, that you're beautiful as you feel. I have often asked myself the reason for the sadness in the world, where tears are just a lullaby. If there's any answer, maybe love can end the madness, maybe not. Oh, but we can only try. You've gotta get up every morning with a smile on your face and show the world all the love in your heart. And people gonna treat you better. You're gonna find, yes you will, that you're beautiful. Yes, you're beautiful. You're beautiful as you feel. Yes, as you
We have been infused with some music this morning. Thank you, Sharon, and all of you. It's really, this is the ministry, is how to let in this amazing energy. It's so, so beautiful. Yes, just like we're singing. So do you all come forward at this moment? You lovely, okay, here we are. And we bless these wonderful people. And we are going to say now our affirmation, our blessing here, talking about us. There we go. Divine love through us blesses and multiplies all that we are, all that we have, all that we share, and all that we receive. And it is bountiful. Thank you all so much. You all would want to sign up for the e-news to receive the Unity of Santa Barbara newsletter that comes each week, and it's full of info. We have a bookstore right next door. You can find a book or a gift for your loved one. Remember, love yourself as you're walking in there, because we don't want you to get a gift if you're not loving yourself. This is how it goes. So today is Buffet Sunday, and if you're new, if you're just visiting, you get a free lunch. And Jana Rector and our Kitchen Angels, let's give Jana and the Kitchen Angels a hand. They've whipped up a delicious lunch for you. And next week, we're going to have a potluck Sunday. So you're invited to share a favorite dish, either homemade, or you can go, would be my choice, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, Costco, Sprouts, Lazy Acres. Wow, you give them lots of choices. Or Vons and grab a healthy prepared dish. You'll see me there. Sign up at the welcome table so Patricia can coordinate, and the welcome table's right outside. So these are some things to mark your calendar. Amy Batchelor is continuing with her popular sound healing with crystal bowls on Tuesday, September 2nd at 7, and Amy's right out here. I saw that. She was, oh, hi, Amy, yes. So I'm back in 2 weeks, and I'm going to be with Erin Rose Ward, who is 35, and she has been my mentor and teacher through this embodiment work that is about looking. See, the thing I found in Unity is we have all these affirmations, but where are the things stuck in us, like not feeling good about ourselves, and where do you even have that in your body? And part of my work with Erin, and I've done this here a few times, is called Make Space for Grace, and I'm here speaking September 7th, and then at 6:30 we'll be out in the courtyard practicing movement without looking at anyone. It's your journey with you. We'll have some testimonials this week. Michael, we've had so many people come, and Bent and Jim and Michael set up the most beautiful sound circle. So you're really involved with your body and the sound of music that's curated for you to release anything that feels heavy in your body. Reagan Thompson will be sharing her new rapid healing mantra and meditation workshop on a new day and time beginning September 28th at noon in the sanctuary. So there's many, many things going on here at Unity of Santa Barbara, and so join us. And we are now going to stand and sing our peace song. This is what I see here. And perhaps we can say one of Phil's wonderful affirmations as we're just standing here. The more you know me, the more lovable I become. Can we say that together? The more you know me, the more lovable I become. Thank you, Sharon, again for being with us today, and all of you all. Join in our prayer of protection, holding these words in our heart. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And stay fascinated. Yes.
I could be crazy, but then again, it could be you. I could be crazy, but then again, it could be you. What do you say? It takes money to live.
Let's look at that, shall we?
What do you breathe, my friend? Air. The rain falls like heaven's tears to quench your thirst. And you can walk wherever you need to go. I've seen you walk. dirt, my friend, it's everywhere. It's the stuff we put the concrete on. I could be crazy, but then again, it could be you. I could be crazy, but then again, it could be you. What do you say? You need someone to love.
Well, 8 billion people here, maybe that shouldn't be too difficult.
Never has so many loved so little for so much. Yet go through life saying, look, don't touch. You do your hair, you make your eyes, you wax your legs and then despise. If he is looking for the meat, you give the heat and then retreat. I could be crazy, but then again, it could be you. Could be. I could be crazy, but then again, it could be you. She has a tea kettle that whistles in E-flat minor, an out-of-tune piano, 2 dogs and a fireplace. And of all the words that she has for me, nothing beats the silence of love. She dances in the living room with headphones and a notepad, paints the wind with her hands. And of everything she touches, nothing beats like my heart when she's touching me. And we breathe in the silence of love. She smiles and shakes a head full of goofy hair, but lays so quiet in my arms at night. She says she's mine and she won't go away, and we sleep in the silence of love. Silence of love, silence of love, sleep in the silence of love. Silence of love, silence of love, sleep in the silence of love. my baby, well, baby, I'm your man. Hot damn, you're in my seat. Good Lord, you move my feet. I got a rhythm and I do the best I can. Bye-bye to midnight blues. Blue skies are all the news. If you're my baby, well, baby, I'm your man. Get down, I'm gliding like a seagull, high across the California sky. Watch out, this love could be illegal. The way you make my woes and worries fly. And this Jimmy's gonna shimmy down the chimney on a Christmas night. Be higher than the firefly on the 4th of July. Two hearts hopping like an Easter bunny. I'll be the bee and you be the honey. 'Cause you're my baby, baby, I'm your man. Get down, I'm gliding like a seagull, high across the California sky. Watch out, this love could be illegal. The way you make my woes and worries fly. And this Jimmy's gonna shimmy down the chimney on a Christmas night. I'll be higher than the firefly on the 4th of July. Two hearts hopping like an Easter bunny. I'll be the bee if you'd be the honey. 'Cause you're my baby, baby, I'm your man. I say you're my baby, and baby, I'm your man. You're my baby, and baby, I'm your man. Half a life and all my years I've been raring to go, and now the time is almost here, coming for to take me home. Half my friends could see me now, what a memory show. If all the world could feel this heart coming for to take me home. And I can't say what this journey has been. It's the life that I'm already in. shining on me steadily since you've been the one. The movie doors come open now as the credits roll on. My angel's here with open arms, coming for to take me home. What a life, and what a year, and all these dreams coming on. A peaceful heart is all I hear, coming for to take me home. And I can't say where this journey will go. It's the mystery unburdened.